Good morning, my love. It is your dear friend Paul, and I'm so happy you're here for our 30-minute morning movement. So we've got a little bit of time to luxuriate in our poses today. So really connecting to our breath and feeling our body in each pose today is going to be super beneficial. What you might need for practice, 2 blocks, and if you have a cushion for when we do our seated work to elevate your pelvis if needed, it'll be good to have on hand. So let's begin. If you find that cross-legged doesn't feel so good, just place your cushion underneath hips, and we'll have our blocks off to the side for now. So sitting up nice and tall. Let's have our hands just dangling over our knees, eyes closed, and taking 5 deep breaths in through our nose. And exhale a big sigh. Another deep in-breath, feeling our abdomen really expand here. And on our exhalation, letting out another sigh. Taking our breath in a little bit more, inhaling abdomen, this time ribs as well. Exhaling a sound. 2 more breaths. Inhaling abdomen, ribs, chest, and exhaling. 1 more deep full breath, feeling our whole body open up here as we inhale. And letting it go. Let's spend about a minute here just following the rhythm of our breath. On our in-breath expanding, on our out-breath letting go of any tension. And this is the perfect opportunity to bring in a centering thought or a word of how you would like your day to go. So this is the first thing in the morning. We've got a blank slate ahead of us. Now we can start to add a little bit of color and paint a picture of what we would like. So continuing to breathe. You might breathe in the word joy, and then as you exhale, feel anything that is unlike joy melt away. You might breathe in the word peaceful. Perhaps you're inviting or feeling the need for a more peaceful approach to your day today. Let's take 1 more deep breath in. Now, whatever word we've chosen, just feeling that word settle into the cells within our body. And we exhale, letting it go. Let's turn our eye gaze towards the floor and just begin to flutter your eyes gently, beginning to adjust to the lighting in the room. Inhaling, sweeping arms to the sky. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Let's repeat this a few times. Inhaling. And exhaling, just getting our arms and shoulders moving here. Beginning to lubricate our joints. I like to think of this movement first thing in the morning as juicing up our body. Let's take 1 more full breath in, reaching up to the sky, and this time our right hand takes our left wrist. Now I'll be mirroring you today. Right hand, left wrist, reaching up and over towards the right side. Now, if this feels too much first thing in the morning, just place right hand on the ground and inhale, reach to the sky. Softening shoulders. Let's take 1 more deep breath, really feeling our breath opening and expanding our rib cage. And then exhale, using our side body, coming through center. Inhale, sweeping arms to the sky again, this time left hand, right wrist, pressing up and then over to the side. Again, listening to our shoulders, listening to our torso. If that doesn't feel good, our hand comes down to the ground. Inhaling. And exhaling, soft shoulders, keeping our right hip anchored to the ground. 1 more breath. And exhaling through center, releasing arms. Let's take 1 more big circle sweep to the sky. Exhale a big sigh. Shake arms out. And let's come up to all fours, getting ready for some cat and cow. Moving our cushion off to the side. Knees are under hips and hands are under shoulders. Now for this one, we can tuck our toes here. This will give us a nice little stretch for the bottoms of our feet, which is really good for the fascia, the connective tissue. If this doesn't feel so good, just feel free to point toes then in a more traditional approach. On our in-breath, lengthening our spine, and as we exhale, it's round into a cat stretch, really feeling the length through our lumbar spine, relaxing our head and neck. On our in-breath here, lifting tail, moving vertebra by vertebra, and then lifting heart to the sky, our abdomen is engaged. Through the exhalation now, we flow. Now let's think of moving vertebra by vertebra through this. So there's an undulation of our spine. It always begins at our tail. And then every little tiny joint in between each little bone of our spine begins to get a little bit more movement. We really start to juicy up our spine here. Let's repeat one more time. A big breath in, opening up our hearts. And as we exhale, let's tuck or untuck toes and press hips back into child's pose. Now keep knees hip distance here. This will give us a little bit of a stretch through our lower back. And then lift eye gaze and think of inching fingers a little bit more towards the short edge of your mat. And once we reach as far as we can, take a deep breath in. And exhale, surrender. Let's take 2 more breaths. One more. Lifting our eye gaze, let's spread our knuckles very wide. Just checking that our index finger is pointed to the short edge of our mat, and we're pressing palms firmly into the earth. And then think of cat and cow. We're rounding our spine into cat stretch, and then shifting body weight forward into kneeling plank. Exhaling, pressing back, child's pose. Let's flow through this 3 more times. Inhaling. And exhaling. Now remembering that undulation of spine, I'm going to call this one caterpillar from now on. That'll be the first half of this flow. Let's caterpillar one more time. And then as we exhale, tuck toes, lift hips, and press back to downward facing dog. Beginning to pedal out our dog, press one heel and then the other. Maybe we drop one shoulder and then the other, just bringing lots of movement into this downward facing dog. Maybe you like to even roll through spine a little bit, do a bit of a cat and cow, keeping knees soft always. And then lift eye gaze, look towards hands, and begin to walk feet forward to fold. From forward fold, shaking our head out no, and then yes. Let's take hands to shins, lifting up halfway monkey pose, a long neutral spine from tail to crown, and then exhaling to fold again. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthening. Exhale, fold. Now this time, if it feels good, maybe we keep our fingertips on the ground, or perhaps we place them on our blocks. And then exhaling, fold again. Let's go 1 more time. Full in breath, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then from here, taking a seat into chair, bending our knees, and then taking hands to thighs. Maybe hands come to our heart, and just checking that knees are directly over ankles, butt pressed back, chest lifted, shoulders away from our ears. Now again, hands can stay at our heart, maybe bringing arms forward or lifting arms to the sky. Full deep breath in. Exhaling, sinking a little bit lower. We can stay here or take a deep breath in. Let's lift up nice and tall. And then exhale, sweep arms wide and take a seat into chair. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take a seat into chair. Now I'll show you this from the front. We're reaching up to the sky and then sweeping arms wide as we sink down. 2 more. 1 more. Now hold it here at the top. As we exhale, let's swing arms down with a big exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bending hips, knees. Let out a big sigh. One more. Exhale it all out. Inhale. And just allow arms to fall to the side. Let's start our sun salutations at the top of our mat, moving our blocks if they're still there. Feet hip distance, inhaling, touching the sky, a big breath in. Now reach up to the ceiling. If it feels good, palms together. Lift chest. And then as we exhale, bend knees, hinge forward from hips, fold. On our in-breath, hands to shins, lifting up halfway monkey. And then exhaling, hands to the floor, stepping our right foot back for a long lunge, and then left foot back for plank, lowering to knees. We've been here before, just checking shoulders are directly over wrists, elbows turned in. And then as we exhale, let's press back into child's pose. Now adding on to our caterpillar flow, caterpillar forward, turn elbows in, shift body weight past fingertips, add a little bit of a bend with elbows, press up and back. So we're starting to build into our chaturanga or crocodile. Inhaling forward, turn elbows in, shift past, add the little bend, maybe adding more to this, and then back. Let's go one more time. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, elbows bend. Maybe we go all the way, press up, and back to child's pose, tucking toes. Now, as we tuck our toes and we push our butt back, we'll stretch into the bottoms of our feet a little bit more. On our in-breath, lifting our eye gaze, let's lift our hips as well, pressing back into downward facing dog, a deep knee bend, eye gaze forward, right foot stepping through for lunge. From here, knee down, chest lifts, inhale. Exhale, big circle wide, hands to the floor. Let's tuck back toe, lift knee. Now, this time, we might use a block here, just placing it directly underneath our left shoulder. Left hand to the block, right hand to the sky, twist. Inhaling. As we exhale, let's engage inner thighs, lift from sternum, and then continuing to rotate around our spine. One more breath. As we exhale, top hand to the floor, let's lower our back knee. Inhale, reach up to the sky, and a big circle round. Two more. One more deep breath in. And taking our arms wide, moving our block off to the side, back into child's pose. Eye gaze forward, let's spread our knuckles wide, and inhale, glide through kneeling plank. Add a little bit of a crocodile, press up and back. Now being mindful of this crocodile, that our shoulders go no lower than elbows. We can always stay higher than elbows. One more time with breath. Press up now, tuck toes, press back into child's pose, feeling the stretch on the bottoms of our feet, and then lifting our hips, pressing back. Deep knee bend, this time our left foot springs forward for lunge. Back knee down. Inhaling. And then tucking our toe, lifting our knee. Let's place our block underneath shoulder, adding the twist. Inhaling. Now remember, inner thighs active, lifting hips, pressing sternum forward, top shoulder presses back. One more breath. And then as we exhale, sweeping arms down, back knee to the floor, inhale, rise up. Big circle round, two more. Can we take in just a little bit more breath? And then hands to the floor. Tuck toes, this time downward facing dog. Feeling the upside down V shape of our body. And then maybe, if it feels good, coming into our caterpillar flow from here. Let's inhale, glide forward, lowering to knees if we need to. This time coming all the way to the ground through crocodile, tops of our feet pointed. Shoulders roll back, no hands here, just using the muscles of our back body. And then exhaling, drop chest, pressing up, back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. So you might feel like your heart rate is pumping a little bit now. Maybe we're feeling a little bit warm. This is great. Maybe we're getting a little bit of a sparkle or a glisten going on. Let's inhale, forward plank. Crocodile. All the way to the floor. No hands here, just our back muscles. And then exhale, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Let's repeat that one more time. No break here. Inhaling. Crocodile, toes or knees. Now this time we can stay here, going into our cobra, or upward facing dog. Tops of our feet down, thighs up, inhaling. As we exhale, flip toes, press up and back. Downward facing dog. Celebrate that wonderful flow there. Inhaling, exhale. Let's get a little springy in our knees. So just bending our knees, lifting our eye gaze, and taking a few little bunny hops forward till we get into fold. Feet hip distance, inhaling monkey, halfway lift. Exhaling fold. Inhaling monkey. Exhale again. One more monkey. This time, take a seat into chair. Step your left leg way back so we're facing the long edge of our mat. Heels are in, toes turned out. Just checking knees are in line with middle toes. Now we might choose to stay right here. Maybe we would bring our hands to our heart. Or maybe we welcome the warmth of the sun into our legs and into our body by reaching arms out, turning palms up, inhaling. Now what helps here is if we give our butt a nice squeeze. This will firm up the muscles of our legs. It'll also line our knees with our middle toes, but check this out. It allows us to get a little deeper, gives us a nice inner thigh stretch. Let's take that 2 more times with our breath, inhaling. Butt squeeze, exhale. We're feeling this now, I know I am. One more deep breath. Good job. Check this out. Right toes pointed to the short edge of your mat. Left heel points out to the other short edge of your mat for warrior 2. Now check knee is over ankle, thigh bone spiral out, spine long, inhaling. Exhale, sink. 2 more breaths. It might feel good to look towards right hand. Now to add a little bit more, let's open up our side body again. Reach as far to the right as you can go, and then inhale and lean towards the sky and then left, opening up through our right side body, soft shoulders. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, elbow to thigh, side angle pose. Now we reach, pressing down through our heel, and then our left arm comes up overhead, really opening up through our left side body. So we just opened the right, now we open our left, taking a big breath in, and then exhale, using our left side body, pulling us back up to warrior 2, and then once again, finding sun pose. Heel in, toes out. Right leg, loving this, yes? Mine sure is. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left toe, right heel, sinking down, warrior 2, knee over ankle. Now sometimes we might just adjust our leg a little bit. Go ahead and find that place so it feels comfortable, no pressure in our knee. And then again, feeling the strength, the fire in our legs. Let's spiral our thigh bones out, reach in all directions, softening shoulders. One more deep inhale. Let's reach to the left this time, and then up, opening our left side body. Now really breathe in. And remember our centering thought, our word for the day. Breathe in, feel your body expand into this. And then as we exhale, let's come over to the side, let it go. Finding our length, pressing down, reaching up. Again, big breath in. Exhale, sink. Remembering our centering thought, bringing the word into the forefront of our mind. And now using our right side body, lift, sun pose. Last one here. Make any adjustment you need to. So again, knees are comfortable, feet are grounded. Inhaling and exhale, sink. Maybe we find a new depth here. Just make sure that hips don't go any lower than knees with our feet this wide. One more breath. Gosh, we deserve this next pose. Take hands to hips, lengthen. Woo. Turn toes to point to the long edge of mat. Soften knees, and we're folding our bodies in half. If your blocks are handy, you might want to take one and place it underneath your face so your hands can rest on this. And then take hands wherever they are. Inhale, lengthen. Remember monkey pose. Think same situation here. Butt back, chest forward, inhaling. And then exhale, softening knees. It's fold again. Repeat this flow 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale, knees bent. It doesn't matter how close our thighs make it towards, how close our chest makes it towards our thighs, as long as our knees are soft and we're moving through this. Let's go one more time. Inhale. Now heels in, butt down, rise up. Feeling good? Let's do that fold one more time, but this time we're going to hold it with a chest expansion. So hands to hips, turn heels out. Feet parallel to one another. Block is still handy where we need it. Inhale. Now exhale, clasp hands behind back, spiral arm bones out, lift sternum to the sky, and then exhale, soften knees, fold in half. Now if this feels like too much pressure for shoulders or upper body, please release hands to the floor or to your block once again. Otherwise, spiral arm bones out, soft knees, lift hips, and take a deep breath. Let it out. Anything that you might consider to be stressful that you think might be waiting for you over the course of your day, take a deep breath in and exhale, blow it away. Remember, our centering thought, our word, is going to help us through our day. One more breath. And through our exhalation, let's release hands. Lift chest up halfway. Exhale, fold. Now listen carefully. We're walking our hands over towards our left leg. So this might feel like a nice stretch through the back side of your body. Maybe you feel this around your hips, maybe in your butt, maybe you feel it along your right side back body. Take one more breath. Exhale, and like you're just a rag doll, just let yourself come through center and then start to find your way over to the other side. Now your left hand might make it all the way to your right ankle. Maybe it makes it halfway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to go too far. Just take one more breath. Now release your ragdoll self through center, lift chest, and we're walking all the way over towards our right foot for lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And let's find ourselves onto our knees. Keeping our toes tucked here. Let's just have a seat, pressing our butt towards our heels. Now some of us might stay here, and this is again a good stretch for the bottoms of our feet, but if we keep weight into our hands, it'll be like a nice little intro to the stretch in the bottoms of our feet. If we want to take it a little bit more, we can start to bring hands closer, pushing a little bit more weight back, or coming right up with our toes tucked, hands on our thighs, close our eyes just for a moment. Again, finding our breath flow in and out. Now, take a seat, unhook feet. Actually, give them a little bit of a pounding on the ground just to bring some movement into them. And then have a seat, please. Now, for this one, I'm going to recommend no cushion underneath, just because we're not going to spend a whole lot of time here, but we are coming into a beautiful hip stretch. So for our hip stretch, bring some weight back into hands. We're going to lean back, and feet come about shoulder distance. Now, my fingertips are pointed out. This is going to give my elbow joint a nice softness to it. Now from here, lifting hips up, and taking my right ankle to left thigh, and then dropping hips. Now for some of us, this might be quite the stretch, and I definitely am feeling it in my right butt here. But just make sure that toes are pulled towards knee, squeeze right butt and press it away, and at the same time, lift chest to the sky. Now, this might feel wonderful. If we want a little bit more stretch, we might lift our butt and walk it closer towards our heels, dropping it to the ground. Or we might lift our butt and take it away from our heel for a little bit of less intensity here. So find that place. Sometimes there's a juicy spot right in the middle where it just feels like, yeah, that's it right there. And you breathe into it. Now, keeping sternum lifted, some of us might stay here. If we want to add just a little bit more twist, check this out. Right foot comes over towards the left side, but keep hands and chest exactly as they are. So from here, chest lifts, and then if it feels really good, we might look away from our knees and still think of lifting heart to the sky. One more breath. And then as we exhale, chest and knees come back to center. Lift hips, unhook legs, take feet just a little bit wider and rock them out. So it's a deep hip stretch that we just did there. And now that our right side feels nice and open, we'll do the same thing to the left. So setting it up as we did earlier, but this time left heel, right thigh. Toes to knee. Just checking. If our knee doesn't feel comfortable, we might come back a little bit. We might go forward if we want a little bit more stretch. We might even take our fingertips and tent them here so that we have a little bit more space to lift. And if any of the suggestions that I offer don't work for you, play with it. Find what feels really good for your body to feel open and at ease here. Taking one more deep breath in. Remember, sternum lifts, and this time left foot to the right side. Oh, that might feel like a nice stretch out through the side butt. If you want to exaggerate it a little bit, sometimes I like to push out into my hip, but at the same time lift chest. That might be you. And then with chest lifted, just look over to the other side. Now, where can we soften? One more in-breath, come through center. Pull back. Unhook legs. Take them nice and wide. And rock side to side. Let's take a moment here just to bless ourselves with some loving thoughts in preparation for the rest of our day. Sit bones grounded. If you want to use your cushion underneath your hips, here might be the time. Or if your hips are feeling nice and stretched out, spine long, great. Let's close our eyes. And if it feels really good, take palms together and then press thumbs in towards chest. And think of sternum pressing into thumbs and then lifting up, closing our eyes. 4 deep breaths in and out, coming back to our centering thought. Maybe we're welcoming more peace into our days, so we repeat the word peace as we inhale, and you think of everything else that is not of peace melting away on the exhale. Maybe we've got a big day ahead of us and we need a little confidence, so we breathe in the word strong. Or we breathe in the word confident, and then we exhale. Now imagine from the center of your forehead, there is a beautiful green light that shines forward. The color green represents our heart chakra, the energy space at the center of our chest. And the color green is a healing, loving light. So if we imagine that this light is shining forward on our day, just visualize that everything that is waiting for us is being caressed by this green light. Simply meaning that it's sending love before us so that as we walk through our day on our journey, we will encounter love no matter where we go. It has been a true honor to move and breathe with you this morning. May your day be full of absolute love. From my heart to yours, namaste.